So I figured it would be a good time to take a little break from my Nintendo content and talk a bit more about my Xbox. I had seen a couple of comments recently saying something about how I talked a lot of trash about Xbox with that one video. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And then I went and bought an Xbox Series S. And I keep telling people that I already had an Xbox One and I had to upgrade it because my Xbox One was not performing the way it should have performed. It was a lot slower than normal. It was crashing a few times. So I figured I can upgrade to another Xbox and get a cheaper option of the two, the Series S, so that I can still play games with my friends online, because I didn't really care about the Series X. I wasn't really interested in the Series X. That's, personal reasons why. But I like my Series S. I use it as often as I can. I play my games with some friends online. Almost every day. Not every day of the week, but most days of the week we try to play it together. So I like my Series S. I am enjoying it. So I figured I'd put a video up about some of my likes and dislikes of my Series S. This is all pretty much opinions and how I feel personally about it. So you can take that as you want. But like I said, I had reasons why I bought the Series S. I also had reasons why I made that video. But we're not going to get into that right now. We're just going to get into this video of likes and dislikes. So I'll start with the likes list of what I like about this Xbox. And that would be the first thing, the faster load times. I remember with my 1S, if I was playing Forza, it felt like it took forever just to get a race started. But with this new console, I go to a race event, I choose the settings I want to get the race going, and I'm ready to race in about 5 seconds or less. And that's pretty impressive. Better performance, of course, games will perform better on this console than the last one. I've noticed it myself. Despite my TV not being compatible with 120 frames per second, even though I just got the TV like maybe under a year ago, but apparently the S is 120 frames compatible, and I could make that happen if I had a compatible TV. But aside from that, my performance has been better. I'm noticing games performing better, especially like Forza and Cold War. Those games are performing better. The size of the console, I actually like the size of the console. It fits in my entertainment center pretty flawlessly. I don't think I would have space for the Series X with my current setup, so I actually like the size of it. It sits behind my Switch because I don't really need to go in there to do anything. I can do everything from the controller, power on, power off. I don't need to touch it. So it's perfect where it is. I like the size of it. I've recently been doing some research about turning it into an emulator, and I have seen some videos, and it is fairly simple to do. You just pay $20 to get the developer mode active, and then you can go through the process to add emulators. However you add emulators is on you. I'm not gonna say how you can do it and ways you could. But if I wanted that option, I can do that. I am still thinking about if I want to do it or not. There really is no risk to doing it. You're not gonna screw up your console by doing it anyway. I just don't really feel the need right now to do it. I don't really have the time to do it anyway. But that is an option, and I do appreciate that is an option. I know other consoles do have emulator options as well, but this seems to be one of the simplest options for emulation on the Xbox, so I appreciate that. The controller, along with that being USB-C, it's great that they're finally using USB-C. The Switch has it, PS5 has it, the new Xboxes have it. I love the controller. I love the D-pad on the controller. I love the way it feels. I think I've mentioned this also in a previous video that I like the controller. I also like how Xbox not only does more controller designs than the PlayStation currently, but the PlayStation designs of the controllers, I'm not really too fond of it. I do like how the Xbox ones actually look, especially I have the red and black one, and I really love that one. And I did see it. They had recently they released a blue one that was nice. So they do have more options for controller colors and designs, and I appreciate that, and that's pretty great. Game Pass, of course, you pay $15 a month and you got all these games. I do like Game Pass for the most part. The more specific reasons why is because my friends play their Xbox more than I play mine. So every once in a while when I get online, they'll tell me about a new game they found on Game Pass that we can all play together, and they'll get me to download it. And that's just a way to open me up to new different games. Like, I never thought I would play that Worms game. I don't really remember the name of the title, but they like playing the game and I downloaded it, so we played together sometimes. You know, when we're not playing Rocket League or Cold War, they try to get me interested in Minecraft. It didn't really work because I don't really like Minecraft. But, you know, the point being that there's these games that they can try out and they can get me interested in trying it. I actually did play 12 minutes, I think it was called, on my Game Pass. I was going to do a review on it, I just never did. I didn't have the time to do it, but I actually did play that on Game Pass because it was there. And I figured, let me try something new. So that's what I like about Game Pass. You know, that's what I actually enjoy about it. The last thing on my likes list is the backwards compatibility. I was actually thinking about this today. I was in my car driving and I was like, you know, I miss playing Midnight Club LA because that was a really great game, and I was hoping that they could actually bring the series back, you know. But Midnight Club LA, despite having to pay for it, it's only $15 on the Xbox store. I can play Tomb Raider Legend and Anniversary, which are two of the better games in my opinion from, you know, from back then. I play Skate 3 occasionally, but I can also play Skate 1. I don't think I ever owned Skate 1. So I can actually go back and try Skate 1. I'm playing Skate 3. I have GTA San Andreas, GTA 4. So I am enjoying the backwards compatibility. I was hoping that more games were available on the Xbox store. You know, one in particular being Max Payne 3. I really wish that was available. I don't know if Bully is available either. I think you have to buy a physical of those games, which I can't because I have a Series S. But I would, you know, hopefully in the future they will put those games on the shop, and I can play those again. So moving on to my dislikes. Now again, this is just my opinions. This is how I feel. So if you're someone who's watching just to attack me on these reasons, you can just eat my ass because I don't even know who you are anyway. Like I said, it's my opinions, it's my list of what I don't like about the console, and I just gave you some good reasons of why I like the console. So let's look at the dislikes. There's not as much dislikes as there is likes, okay? So just keep that in mind. The first thing being batteries. Now, I've already spoken with people about this in the comment section. I do own rechargeable batteries. I use Duracell rechargeable batteries. I just pop them out when I need to charge them, put them in the charger. It doesn't take long to charge, you know, maybe a couple hours or so. So I do use rechargeable batteries. But it's the fact that a console release, they released what, last year, right? 2020. And they're still using batteries. And I keep hearing the argument of, if you use batteries in the controller, the internal battery wouldn't die out as fast because there's no internal battery to kill off as with the PlayStation. And I keep telling people, unless you're playing your game with the controller, you know, 24 hours a day, every day, then yeah, your battery's gonna get shot a lot sooner than normal. But if you're playing casually, maybe a couple hours a night for, you know, let's say 4 out of 7 days in the week, your controller's gonna be fine. By the time that battery is like losing power and you need to buy a new one, you already have a new controller. I actually have 2 controllers anyway. I have one that came with the console, and I bought one around the same time I got the console. So I still think we shouldn't be using batteries anymore. No other console is using batteries for their controllers. It's just bizarre that Xbox is still using it. And I keep hearing people say that Nintendo is behind with some of their decisions, and they are with some of their decisions. But with Xbox, they are behind with the whole battery thing. Especially since they also sell controllers that don't need batteries for the Xbox. They sell them that cost more. So why not the basic standard controller that you have for your console? Why can't that be the same thing? So moving on from there, I've read up on this saying that it could be done, but I haven't. Apparently I can't figure it out. I don't know if it is possible. And that's using more than one hard drive at a time. Now the reason why I need that is because it actually goes into my next dislike, which is when I make videos from my Xbox, I'm maxed out at 30 seconds of video because I need an external hard drive to be used as a video source or destination to make longer videos. And the reason why I need that is because I have a Mac and my Elgato is not compatible with the Series S, and I don't feel like buying a new Elgato just for that one purpose. So I was told that you can use more than one hard drive. I think they meant you can use more than one in general, just not more than one at a time. And it's kind of bizarre. I mean, no other console does that as far as I know, you know, has that feature. But I figured if I have the expansion card already for my games, shouldn't I be allowed to plug in my external hard drive to be used for videos and photos? I was hoping to do that so I can have more longer video recording, but I can't, so that's just something I don't like. you know, the PlayStation by default you can max out to an hour of gameplay, or you know, a little less than an hour depending on your frame rate and your resolution and everything. The Switch, of course, 30 seconds of video as well, but it's a Switch. The Switch is, you know, very underpowered compared to these other consoles anyway. So there's that. No disc drive. Now, yes, I knew what I was paying for with the Series S. I knew there was no disc drive. That's why it was so much cheaper. But my Series S had a disc drive that could play 4K movies, 4K disc. And then they made a, you know, I had a 1S, and they made a 1X that can also do the same thing, but the 1X was more powerful than the 1S. And I wasn't gonna buy a 1X if I already had a 1S anyway. You know, I was like, oh, you know, new Xboxes will be out anyway, so I'll buy a new Xbox. And I know I wasn't really interested in the Series X. It wouldn't have fit in my entertainment center. It was also a lot more pricier. I didn't really have the money for it at the time. But I was hoping for some type of way to play my 4K movies. Unless I can link up one of my digital services, then maybe I can do it from there. But as far as I can see, I don't have an option to do that, and I was kind of bummed out about it. But I understand why, okay? So don't at me, because I completely understand. It's just something I didn't really like about it. The last one, I don't know if it's just a me problem or a Xbox in general problem, but I've had some games crash on me. Not as frequently as other games on other consoles, but like I've had problems with even Forza trying to start up, you know, even without playing the game, it was like, oh, we can't start this up. You know, something happened or something like that. So I had issues with that. I don't know if it's just, I don't know if it's a Game Pass issue or an Xbox issue, but I've had some games crash where they won't load, or they'll just crash on me randomly. But it's not a big deal. It doesn't happen as much as it did with the 1S. So that's just something that you should keep in mind. I do remember another now that I'm thinking about it, and that's the quick resume. I've had times where I didn't realize I was doing I had a game that wasn't available for quick resume, and I'll turn off my Xbox for the night, and then a few days later I turn it back on, and I'm right there where I started. And that's a big I don't think the PlayStation 5 offers that, which is a bummer, because that's a really great feature. You know, so I mean, aside from putting it on sleep mode, you know, you can put your console on sleep, but the fact that you can even leave your game to another one and that game will still be available to play where you left off at, that's pretty impressive. I actually enjoy that feature. I think it's phenomenal to have that feature. It's also kind of surprising when you turn your Xbox back on and you're like, oh wow, I had this on quick resume. All right, cool, let's go back and play this game. So like I said, more reasons why I like it over why I dislike it. And you know, I'm just a gamer at heart, and you know, I still play my Switch more than anything else. I just think it's a bit more easier for me to just pick it up, play a few hours or less, and put it back. I really only play Xbox when my friends are online, so I can play with them, you know, games together. So you know, that's what I use the Xbox for, and I'm happy that I have that option. But that's my video for today. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.